Okay, today is November the 18th, 2017. Right now at 10 p.m., we have a temperature of 55 degrees in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 47%. The dew point is 35 degrees, and the barometric pressure is on the rise at 30.11 inches. Right now, we're looking at a gigantic right angle right here out in the Atlantic Ocean. And what's happening here, we have a satellite-based transmitter, which is isolating a low-pressure system right there, the center of that. We can see the bulk of the moisture is wrapping around the turn here, turning left. And the bulk of that is not wrapping around into this low pressure. If we look at the water vapor map right here, we can see that that low is being isolated. And the bulk of the moisture makes the left turn and heads off to the northwest. So I'd like to hear from Jerry Brown and a few other people like him that are on the global warming bandwagon, and have them explain to us how it is that CO2 emissions, carbon dioxide, which is a building block of life on Earth, I'd like to hear him explain, along with the scientists and meteorologists, talk about how CO2 emissions and smokestack emissions cause these gigantic right angles with a 2,500 mile straight edge. Let's put the envelope on this here. Stop the loop. See how well that fits into the contour. This is amazing. This is a transmitter generated high pressure zone. This is satellite based. Look at this. That is very straight. As I scroll through here, we can see the straight edge is maintained through the entire 7.5 hour loop. So this has nothing to do, this weather manipulation we're looking at has nothing to do with CO2. CO2 is a straw man argument. It's a false narrative. It's deception. It's deliberately deceptive for many reasons. One is to institute a carbon tax scheme, number one, and number two is to facilitate a illegal weather derivatives market. The weather derivatives started trading in 1997. That allows people to go in and bet on the weather. You have the weather controllers, these terrorists controlling our weather, which are connected with the U.S. Air Force, I'm sure of that. And they are functioning as the casino. They control the weather, and we are given long-range forecasts, which are nothing more than a script, basically, of how the weather will be. And of course, they can change that script anytime they want. But we will never see this on television, this gigantic right angle. This is a hallmark of satellite-based transmitter manipulation of our weather. This is truly amazing stuff that the meteorologists on television will not show this. The fact that they see this and they won't show this to their viewers because they know that people will figure out that things don't add up. Things don't add up because our weather is being manipulated. Let's go to the West Coast. Here we have the West Coast water vapor map. We have high pressure being installed off the California coast. And by next Thursday, this coming Thanksgiving Thursday, we will have 92-degree weather. So this is a heat wave being engineered right here. Meanwhile, we have a surface to upper level low right over here, which should be moving eastbound. But that's going to be blocked by this high pressure that's being installed by these terrorists controlling our weather. Also, we have high pressure over here, which pushed the jet stream to the south the last couple of days. We see some moisture right here, which moved right through Southern California today. I was outside all day, and I noticed about 2 o'clock in the afternoon I noticed the jets were spraying very heavily in every direction. And of course, this area right here should have brought rain. This is a moisture field. This should have brought rain, but it did not. And in fact, the entire southwest right now, there is zero rain on the Doppler map. I'm not going to even show that map because there's no point. There's nothing to show. Here's the water vapor map. Let's look at the jet stream map. We can see the flow pattern right into California. This has been pushed south by the high pressure installed over Arizona and New Mexico. Right here. Actually, right here is where we're talking. So we have 92-degree temperatures for next Thursday, Thanksgiving, Wednesday and Thursday. Completely manufactured high pressure and high temperatures in late November. And also, we've had just a few hundredths of an inch of rain for the season. By now, we should have had, a couple of inches of rain, at least. Out here, we have, this is that gale that we were just looking at here on the other map. Right here, this is the same weather system right there. We have a transmitter right here, which is blocking the next system. There's actually 3 lows out here. This will block and separate this area of low pressure from this one. It will blockade this next storm, which is way out on the West Pacific. There's a developing hurricane force system much further out. If you take a look at the surface analysis map, you can see that right out here near Korea, Japan, in that area. We've got a 974 millibar hurricane force system right here. And another storm, a 981 millibar. This one's moving north. And this one here, I'm not sure where that's going, but we'll keep an eye on it. These are way out. And then we have two high pressures here, which are pinching off a cold front. See that? This is that gale force system that is moving towards the west coast right here. High pressure is being installed. Block that. If we look at the pressure maps, let's take a look. High pressure installed. Look at all the squiggly lines. We've got surface high pressure. We've got this closed low out here. Let's look at the 500. Same thing. We've got squiggly lines over here where the high pressure is being installed. We've got two closed high there. One over here. We have the 300 millibar map. Here's that low. This should be moving in. But instead, we've got high pressure being installed right here. And we can see that on the water vapor map. All this clear area, this dry zone, is high pressure. You can see the clockwise rotation. And also the chemtrails right here, moving into Northern California. So the entire state, the entire Southwest is dry. So there it is. That's all there is to report. Got this giant right angle. This should be on the front page of all the major newspapers around the world. What is causing this? It's not CO2. It's not smokestack emissions. It's not Jack the Ripper. All right, that's the report. Here is the SSCC water vapor map. You can see the chemtrails being sprayed right out here as this approaches Northern California. This should have brought rain. Instead, we had a lot of chemtrail haze. Okay. Well, that's it. We'll just leave it right. Leave it right here. Leave it right there. Okay. That's it.